CNN definitely did not see this coming.
I have to ask you, I mean, look, some people look at all this and they say, is this what happens in business, what Trump has said he's done or is accused of being done? You've been doing real estate for decades. Does this case strike you as odd?
Well, let's leave out Trump for a minute and let's leave out politics and just talk about what happens in real estate development anywhere. So if you're a developer and you've got a building on a block anywhere in America and it's worth, let's say, $500 million and you want to build a building right beside it, you go to the bank and say, this building is worth $500 million. I'd like to borrow a construction finance loan against this asset, and I want you to tell me it's worth $500 million too. And the bank negotiates with you and says, well, no, we think it's worth $400 million, and you fight it out. You're always trying to show your assets in the brightest light with the sunshine you can possibly determine for them. You want them to be worth the very most, because you're only going to get a 40 or 50% loan to value, as it's called. Then you borrow that money. In the case of a $500 million asset, maybe you get $250 million, and you build a new building with a construction finance loan. And so that's what this case is all about. And by the way, forget about Trump. Every single real estate developer everywhere on earth does this. They always talk about their asset being worth a lot, and the bank says no. And that's just the way it is. So in this case, when I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not pro or con, or I don't care about the politics, who lost money? Nobody. The bank got paid back the construction finance loan, and a new building was built. And if you're going to sue this case and win, you got to sue every real estate developer everywhere. This is all they do. This is what they do all day long, every day. So I don't think this thing will ever survive appeal, regardless of what the fine is. This doesn't even make sense. Now, look, I know Trump's got a lot of problems in other indictments and everything else, but this, if you're a real estate developer, you're watching this, you're saying, what is this? This is ridiculous. This is, for real estate developers, this is a joke.
Wow, I can't believe that they actually aired this interview. They took it from film to post-production to hit and upload on YouTube and all over our television screens. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure glad they did that, although there might have been a booking mix-up or something, because this isn't Mark Cuban. This isn't that shark. Kevin is not about to bend over and shill for the woke lefty agenda. Not a day in his life, which is exactly why he's my favorite shark, because he's a straight shooter and he calls BS when he spots it. He's not just going to play along with this facade and this narrative that you want him to. Like, salute to Canada, where he's from. God bless and protect this man for being a voice of reason, regardless of what these media figureheads may be talking about. Whatever they're saying, I disregard it, goes in one ear, out the other. But what he's saying, he's not worth $500 million for no reason. Like, he could be way more than that. You know, the internet lies as far as net worth is concerned all the time. But purely from a business standpoint, we would all be wise to listen to what he has to say. Maybe that little audience the Commie News Network still has left, maybe they'll see this and dive deeper into what was said and then discover the truth about Donald Trump. They'll stop buying all the hype, buying all the propaganda and the lies that CNN and even Fox at times and all of these platforms that are in this industrial media complex, they push it on a daily basis. And it's just not true. It's very dishonest. And if this media complex is constantly bashing someone, it's usually because they're personally offended by what that person knows about them or what they might expose them for down the line. They'll make up anything to deter the masses away from seeing themselves exposed and how dishonest they really are. And that's what they hate about Trump, because his whole goal when he came into the political world was to drain the swamp, to point out the hypocrisy and to air it out so the world could see. People don't like that. People don't like being exposed for what they think they're doing in the dark that won't ever be brought to light. But spoiler alert, the truth will set you free, and the truth always comes out in the end. But as far as real estate is concerned, just to try to reel us in and get back on topic, because y'all know I get on these very passionate tangents and try to spread the gospel at any turn that I get. That's my job as a Christian. But forget the developing side of things for a second, because most of us aren't that. I'm a homeowner, and even I know that people selling their homes exaggerate the prices all the time. They want to skyrocket them to try to get as much as they can, and eventually they sell it for much less than it originally listed for, depending on the state of the market at that time and the location in which you're putting your home or property up for sale. And the people in charge of writing up loans and mortgages at banks and all of that, they aren't dumb. They aren't just going to let a seller propose some insane sky-high amount and then hand out money without first going through the process of underwriting and negotiating, etc. There's a step-by-step process to go from for sale to sold. That's just how it goes. And anyone that has a connected brainstem and that hasn't gotten swept away by this cattywampus narrative of Big Orange is bad and Donald Trump is the worst human being to ever exist, that narrative that the left is always trying to force feed its audience and brainwash them with, we know that all these cases are fried. Y'all got nothing. This greedy, hot garbage one in New York and all the way down to Georgia, there's not one piece of legitimate evidence whatsoever that's going to stick in a court of law. And you can't put Trump in jail. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything that people aren't already doing to take advantage of the system. And the system never really lets you take advantage of it in the first place. Uncle Sam is always going to get his. New York, Georgia, all of these places get their money. So them trying to gouge Trump and trying to make an example out of him is ridiculous. It's not right. And all of these people are money hungry, bought and paid for plants by the Democrat Party, and their whole goal is to attempt to rob another election. That's what it comes down to. That's their motive. That's their whole premise and goal that they're trying to push every single day. And these are typical politicians doing dirty deeds to try to get their way. And that's why we, the people, like me, we're 100% behind Donald Trump. And we pray for him every day because he's not one of these political pawns and these politicians that have been in this field and in this realm all of their life, lying to people, feeding them these things that they want to hear, but only on the back end to do the same thing that they've been doing. They forget where the priority is. It's the people. We are a republic. You're supposed to serve the people. That's what we voted you into that position for. Although a lot of these places, they vote these people in thinking that they're going to get something different, but they're voting for the same kind of person, expecting something different, which is insanity. So it just doesn't make any sort of sense. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I love these people. I don't hate anybody. I pray that they reach repentance and that they turn from these greedy, idolatrous, wicked temptations that they pursue and allowing Satan to lead them down this dark path that's going to lead to death. I'm not saying that anybody's going to put them to death, but God is going to make all this right in the end. It's good versus evil. If you're not on Team God, if you're not on righteous values and promoting that and sharing the gospel and loving people by telling them the truth, then you're against us. You're against the Almighty, and we can't have that. I'm here to serve the Lord. Me and my house, we put on the full armor of God every single day to resist the temptations of the devil, the schemes that are out here in the world that are plotted against us. Y'all need some Jesus. Y'all need to find the only void filler that there ever is, and that's the Messiah. That's the one true King, the King of Kings, the Alpha, the Omega. That's what I hope for them. But what do y'all think about all this? Do you agree with Kevin O'Leary? Were the statements that he made accurate? My real estate developer people that may be watching this, was he on the money or was he way off and has no idea what he's talking about? I highly doubt that's the case as far as, all the success that he's had in that realm. What do y'all think about Donald Trump, the cases that are being filed against him and trumped up charges, in my opinion? I would love to hear your thoughts. Drop them down below. Let's keep this conversation rolling. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, ring that notification bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video. If you like what I'm doing over here and you want to show a little extra love and support, make sure you go check out our website down below in the description section. That way you can get all the awesome shirts you see me wearing in every single video. They're all made by my beautiful wife. This one says created with a purpose. It has it on the chest and on the sleeve. It's based on Ephesians 2 verse 10. I like mine a little baggy, so it seems a little extra room to move and groove, but we got all different sizes ranging from itty bitty extra small to big and hefty 5X, a bunch of colors, different designs, all of that. I'm sure you can find something that you like or a great gift for someone that you love. Outside of that, you can always join the Gibson family here on YouTube and become a member. You can buy me a coffee. You can join the Patreon family. All those links are down below as well. By no means do you have to do any of that. Just showing up and allowing my freckle face to rant at you for a few minutes, I am greatly appreciative. I love y'all. I cannot thank you enough. Until next time, I'll be praying for you. Godspeed. I'm gone.